Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to Oh Brother Comics. Today is New Comic Book Day, September 15th, and man, do we have stuff to show you. It was such a cool week. There's so many cool books to pick up today. Guys, how was your week so far? How's everything been going?
Yeah, man, it's been going pretty good. Was able to get a pretty good stack of comics. Few in here that I am really wanting to read. I've got all of my ones picked out for the weekly reviews that'll be coming out on Friday. How about you, Matt?
Yeah, dude, all good. It's been like a chill week. Luckily, I buy my comics online, so no COVID, I'm good to go. I got my comics. Didn't slow me down. Yeah, man.
Heck yeah.
So all ready to go, man. Really
Perfect.
excited to talk about this.
Perfect. Well, we're going to be jumping into our pickups so we can show the viewers what we definitely are interested in. And as you see, viewers, I am joined by my brothers in crime here. We got Nick and Matt. And let's go ahead and we'll shoot it over to the digital master himself, Matt, on what he picked up today. What'd you get today, bro?
Man. Yeah, let me take a look here. Of course, you gotta go Star Wars. Very excited for Darth Vader. Got the Fantastic Four book, 60th anniversary. Let's see. I got the Batman 89, Thanos, the Eternals, Thanos Rises, Primordial, and Nobody's Child, right? Nobody's Child.
Yep.
Yep. Got those, and then kind of like an indie one I'm like super stoked on is Second Coming, something I want to like follow up on. Looks like a really cool story. Like Jesus comes to Earth to like create or lead a group of superheroes or something like that. Yeah, it looks super awesome.
Did they do that in South Park?
Yeah, so it's probably
No,
similar.
dude, that already happened. It was called Captain Planet.
Oh, well, that's true. Yeah, there you go. And then there's one, man, I cannot find it. Like, I even hit up the dudes from Evoluzione, however you say it, except like, how do you got to put like a super Italian, like some love, some passion on it. But like, yeah, they sell their stuff on Comixology. It's called Seeing Red, and I'm looking for issue 2, but it's like not on there. I hit them up, and they're like, "Oh, it'll show up eventually," and I don't even like, or it's gonna go on Kindle store. But dude, that story was great. I need to find it. I want it. Can't find it anywhere.
Oh, well, just give us
But yeah,
time.
Oh yeah, dude. But yeah, super stoked. There's like really good books that came out this week. And for my review, like, yeah, I'm super pumped on the ones that I'm gonna be doing.
Heck yeah, that's awesome, bro. You got a good list going. Well, shoot it over to Nick. What'd you pick up today, bro?
All right, first up, I picked up issue number 3 of Duplicate.
That's a dope.
Loving
cover.
those
That's right.
covers.
Mm-hmm.
Then of course I had to pick up Harley Quinn, the Eat Bang Kill tour.
Heck yeah.
There you go.
And then I got Ma number 1.
That's a good boy. I'm really
Nice.
looking forward to reading that.
Yeah, and then I really liked Moth, so I picked up issue number 4 of 6.
Nice.
It's been a pretty deep story, so I was really liking that one. I haven't read the first one yet, but I did pick up Nine Stones number 2, so I'll be reading and reviewing both of these on Friday. And then I did pick up Nobody's Child number 1.
Good.
And then the first one like completely tripped me out, but I picked up Porcelain number 2 just to see where it's going. It was definitely like a far out horror style issue. Then I had to pick up Jeff Lemire's new Primordial number 1.
You totally had to pick that up.
Yeah, man. And then I always have Star Trek being pulled for me. I really dig the year 5 story. Then of course into my Star Wars stuff, War of the Bounty Hunters. Is it Bouch?
Matt and I were trying to go over this. Yeah. It's like
Bouch. Like, I was telling Chris, until like we hear someone say it on screen, you can say it however you want.
Yep.
Yeah, either that or I'm sure someone on the internet will correct us.
Yeah. Then of course had to pick up Darth Vader.
Nice.
And then I really liked the first Monster of Temple Peak, so picked up the second one.
Heck yeah.
Cool.
I always have Mighty Valkyries being pulled for me as well. Pretty much everything Thor related I have being pulled. And then the last one I picked up is Last Annihilation Wakanda.
There you go.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Let's see how M'Baku fares in that book.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah,
I wanna
see
do.
what goes
And I
on.
did pick up the Overstreet comic book price guide to check out everything, all the information that's in there too. Been seeing a lot of information on how to grade and everything. So check it out and see how well I can get the hang of it.
That's
Sweet.
something I need to get better at too, bro. So I may have to pick one of those up. And, you know I've told you guys I've got my press here. At some point, I'm going to try and learn how to press these books. So, Nick, I'm going to have to pick
Yeah,
your
man.
brain after you read through that.
Sounds good.
Well, heck yeah, you had an awesome list there, brother. I'll go ahead and I'll just jump through my list real quick. And like both you gentlemen, I had to go with Primordial. This book really has me interested. And yeah, well, I can't wait to read this, especially after today, since we had our successful launch of Inspiration 4. Hopefully those guys are, having a time in their life up orbiting Earth right now. Jeez, I'm a little jealous. But next book, had to go with Power Rangers. This one I'm really excited for. I really want to see what happens between Draken and Jason. There's so much going on, and I just can't wait to dive into this. Of course, had to show Star Wars love, just like my other brothers here. We got Star Wars Bounty Hunters with Bosch, something, whatever it is. Hopefully it's a cool little introduction to him. Then went with Darth Vader.
Nice.
Cool cover. Heck yeah, loving that. Also had to go with The Monster of Temple Peak. And I know I was hyping this up on Tuesday, but definitely had to go with the Eat Bang Kill Tour with Harley Quinn. And guys, you guys got to get on this TV show, or it's so good. It's so good. Hopefully the comic just does it justice. I definitely had to pick up Campese #2. I was definitely sold off the first one. I want to continue to see the interaction between the dragon and the showman here. That was definitely a really cool idea. Hopefully they continue keeping that coolness level.
Yeah, that did look like a really cool story.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in getting back into that. Then we had Ma, definitely looking into getting into this. Hopefully this is another great story. Of course, with the indie stuff, it's pretty high up there. And then I also picked up the new Wind. So I was able to get the Virgin cover.
Oh,
So yeah, I
yeah,
definitely
my LCS did not have that.
this one. I don't know what they did because I did see one of these marked up on the higher shelf for like $15, and then I went over and I was just looking at the shelf and there was one sitting there. So maybe someone had one in their pulls, and they said, maybe not today, and they threw it on there. So I think I lucked out on that.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
So that was what I picked up today from the shop, but I did want to go ahead and throw this in here. I totally forgot I had this coming, but this showed up in my mail today at work, and I figured I'd show you guys. Got this
man.
slab.
Oh, sweet, dude.
So it's a 9.6.
Nice.
This is the Frankie's Comic Edition. This is the Momoko Mall cover. Sorry about the reflection, guys. You can get you a good look in there. And I got this for
awesome,
a
dude.
ridiculous steal. It's almost basically the price of the grade, what it would be to get this grade, and I just couldn't pass it up. No one was looking for it, and I had to strike while it was hot. So I'm so happy to get this. And after looking at it, you might be able to get this pressed out and get a 9.8 on it. It just looks like a little bit of a spine roll. So maybe we'll try that out a little later at some point.
Nice, dude.
That's awesome, dude.
Heck yeah,
That
super
is cool.
stoked for that. But that
Really
is
cool.
our pickups for this week. Hopefully you guys had some amazing pickups as well. Definitely leave us down in the comments, what you guys picked up this week, because we'd love to hear what you guys are interested in reading. But now we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump into our segment called Let's Chat. And this is where we go through and we just pick a couple cool news articles that have been going through the comic world out there. And we go ahead and we bring them to you guys and we talk about them, inform you on our thoughts about them. So you guys ready to jump into this?
Sure, bro.
Absolutely.
Excellent. All right. Well, Nick, you're going to hopefully help me out with this one. This is an announcement from DC Comics where they announce 4 new series that are going to be coming out in December. And they give us a little bit of an idea of those books and what's going to be the meat and potatoes of them. Well, the first book is called Batgirls. It's written by Becky Cloonan and Michael Conrad, and art is by Jorge Corona. Nick, why don't you go and tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so this one follows Cassandra Cain and Stephanie Brown, and they're being mentored by Oracle. I guess they moved to the other side of Gotham so that Barbara Gordon can keep tabs on them easier, and they are going up against the hacker Seer, I believe. So yeah, it just sounds like a fun team up style story. Their personalities clash at times, so it's more about their respect for each other. So it's more of like a feel good type friendship story. Yeah, it looks awesome. It hopefully it's as good as it sounds.
It does sound pretty interesting. I man,
Yeah.
with all this indie stuff coming around, I've been so out of some of the superhero books. I didn't realize that Barbara Gordon was Oracle again.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was running around as Batgirl for a while, so well, I guess I'm out of the loop, but might have to
Yep.
check this out and catch up on that. Well, that's very cool. The second one we have is called World of Krypton, and this is written by Robert Venditti and artist by Michael Avon Oeming. Nick, what's this one about?
So this one goes back to Krypton during the time where the catastrophic event happens and destroys the world, creating the mass extinction event. So it follows Jor-El and the Science Council. So it's just kind of like a I guess prequel or origin story. So yeah, it's going to introduce a few new Kryptonians that we haven't seen before, including a puppy called Crypto.
That's cool.
Wait, we know Crypto.
Yeah, we have
Crypto, yes, Crypto we do have, but there are other new characters that will be introduced, as well as some that we already know.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
Zod, Kara, people like that. So
Okay. Very
That'd be
cool.
kind of cool just to see, like, because we already kind of have seen glimpses of that argument and how they went about that and that leading up to that. So it'd be cool to see that more in depth.
Yeah. And I thought, and comic community, correct me if I'm wrong, but when I was reading a lot of the DC stuff in Bendis's run, he had this villain. I'm trying to remember his name, but he had a villain that had shown up on Earth, and I guess he was responsible for destroying Krypton. So I don't know. I'll have to double check on that and see if maybe they're kind of retconning some stuff. But sounds interesting. But let's go ahead and we'll move on to our third book, because this one I'm actually more excited for out of the four. And this is Swamp Thing Green Hell, and it's written by Jeff Lemire, who is just pumping them out lately, it seems. And art is by Doug Mankey. Well, what's behind this one, Nick?
So yeah, this one's a 3-part, and it's a dystopian tale about the Earth, where the Earth is like in an endless flood. It's about the green, red, and rot, and they're trying to decide whether or not to wipe the slate clean and start a whole new cycle of life. So,
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
It sounds really good.
Like, I'm always down for like, I always want to be more into like Swamp Thing, honestly. Like, whenever he's in a story, it's always like really good. For some reason I just never like follow his stories. Like, he'll come around every now and then, I'm like, oh, that was like awesome, and then he'll kind of be like out of sight, out of mind. So sounds like a really good book to jump in on and check out Swamp Thing, see what he's up to, and sounds like a good story.
Heck yeah, and especially with Jeff Lemire on it. I mean, his writing and the books I've read so far, like with was it Maze Book? Is that what it's called? Yeah, Maze Book. I mean, that one's been great. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him writing some Swamp Thing. I really wish they had continued the first season of the show that they were producing, but that's just a whole nother story to get into with all that issues and stuff. And
it is a black label too, so it is going to be darker, and it'll allow Jeff Lemire to have a little bit more freedom with how in depth and dark the story can get.
And it should be. I mean, Swamp Thing in general, is just, you know, kind of dark. So I think it's going to be a nice match and a really good opportunity to really get some awesome Swamp Thing stories. All right. Moving on to the fourth book and final book that they announced. This one is called One Star Squadron, which is written by Mark Russell, and art is by Steve Lieber. Nick, what's going on with this one?
Yeah, so this one is a group of superheroes, like I guess D-list superheroes. They're led by Red Tornado, and they're just trying to make a living. I guess they have their own on-demand hero app, and people can send in their requests via the app for any help, whether it's like birthday parties or something as big as an alien invasion. So as long as they're getting paid, you got heroes like Power Girl, Gangbuster, Minuteman. And yeah, they're just trying to make a living and do one-off jobs in order to do so.
It almost sounds like they're kind of
cool.
taken from Young Justice, the animated cartoon, because I mean,
Little
Red
bit,
Tornado
yeah.
was kind of like their mentor at that point, except they weren't having like, hit the app for if you need help kind of thing, which sounds like they're kind of bringing it into the new 21st century kind of mentality. But interesting. Matt, you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, actually, well, you said Mark Russell, and I was like, my brain was scrambling. Like, why? I feel like I just saw that name today, and that was actually one of the dudes that was part of the second coming book I was just talking to you about.
Oh, okay.
he worked with them on Ahoy Comics, and yeah, I knew his name sounded so familiar. So yeah, I'm like, it's gonna be dope to check him out. I'm excited just to see like his style and what he does.
Heck
For
yeah.
sure.
Heck yeah. Well, guys, if you're interested in any of those books, definitely hit up your LCS and see if they can't get them ordered for your pulls list. You got some time. It's not final order cutoff on anything like this. I mean, definitely have a couple months, but let the LCS know so they can get them on your list. Moving along to our second news is we have our first look at the new team on Batman that's going to be taking over for Tiny and leaving the title. And it's Joshua Williamson and George Molina. And their story is going to be a 4-issue arc that starts on issue 118. And this one picks up from where Fear State is going to be leaving off. And I'll just go and I'll finish reading the rest of it. It says, picking up from where Fear State leaves off with an amazing 4-arc issue, which sees the Cape Crusader leaving Gotham City on a trail of a new mystery involving Batman Inc. and a new foe called Abyss. Now, this one actually kind of has me interested. I definitely like Joshua Williamson's writing, and I am kind of curious about this Abyss character, because I know DC had a character from long ago, and this one seems like a brand new character, which seems to be pretty much in line with Batman, because they're always popping out new characters, and Tiny and really has built some really cool characters so far. But guys, what's some of your thoughts? We'll shoot it over. Let's go, Matt. What do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I'm like optimistic on it. Like while you guys were talking, I was just kind of checking them out, like Joshua Williamson, just kind of see what he's done. And man, it looks like it's in good hands. Like he's done a lot of Flash, a lot of Batman, a lot of Justice League.
Love the
like
Flash.
he's like all over the place. It looks like, I'm trying to see what he did looks like he's worked with like Image as well, and like absolutely love Image. Everything they do is like fire. So yeah, I mean, he like Tinian, he's like absolutely amazing. I know he's got probably want to be your, I can't even talk right now. Probably one of your favorite writers, Chris. Like it sounds like
He's definitely
up
been
there.
yeah,
So
he's been growing on me definitely over this last year and a half or so. I mean, almost 2 years since somebody's killing the children. Yeah, definitely up there for me.
So yeah, so it'll be cool. I think like I said, I think it's being passed on to someone that's going to be in good hands, and he's going to take that mantle. And like, yeah, I'm excited to see what he does with it.
Heck yeah. Well, Nick, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, man, I'm always down for new interpretations on classic characters. Just see what they can do. Fear State has been an amazing story so far, so excited to see where they take it next. I'm sure that the 4-issue arc is probably like a trial run, so hopefully it's as good as what Tiny has been doing lately. But yeah, definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. And 4-issue arc, I mean, that's pretty normal. I mean, they haven't necessarily, or at least I haven't seen any announcements as far as he's going to be doing Batman up until whatever issue. I know they did that with King, and he was supposed to go to 100, but I don't know if they necessarily do that anymore. So maybe it is kind of like a trial run. But like Matt said, it's in good hands. Tinian's definitely leaving some big shoes to fill, and I think Joshua Williamson is definitely the man to do it. So it's got me excited. Definitely got me excited. I know Batman's always on my pull. Yeah, I'm going to be looking forward to this book. It looks really promising.
Yeah.
Well, that one's pretty easy. We're going to go ahead and we'll roll it over to our next news article. And this one is got me excited too, because it's another guy that I really enjoy his writing and his artwork. But this one's about Mike Mignola, and he is making his return to doing full interior work after like a 5-year hiatus. And let me go and I'll read this for you guys. So he's going to be doing a book called Sir Edward Grey Archeron, if I pronounce that correctly. And it says this comic
Acheron.
Sorry, Acheron. I'm already getting it. Yeah. So Acheron.
All good.
But it says this comic picks up with the undead Witchfinder after the events of the 2019's BPRD The Devil You Know, which saw Ragnarok, the destruction and rebirth of the world, unfold, and the deaths of many longtime characters, including Hellboy himself. This is going to mark Mignola's full-length comic book since the end of Hellboy in Hell in 2016, so quite a while, and will reunite him with colorist Dave Stewart and letterer Clem Robbins. Now, this is really kind of cool. I've always enjoyed Mike Mignola. He's definitely been an awesome just writer and just an awesome guy. I picked up his book from the local comic shop out here. They had a charity event where he made a collecting book of all of his drawings that he did over the pandemic to help kind of raise money for the comic shops, and it was really cool. He signed it and it's just beautiful to look through. I've always enjoyed his art because it's very, very unique, like the king of just deep dark shadows. But guys, what are some of your thoughts? Nick, what's on your mind about this?
Yeah, man, it looks really cool. It's a one shot, so there's that. Don't have any like future issues to look forward to, but it's supposedly about a paranormal investigator who is has everlasting life because of the time that he spent in hell. So if this is following the events of Hellboy's death, I'm wondering if there is some kind of connection there in the hell realm. So yeah, I think it sounds really cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing Mike Mignola's work again, especially with the writing portion of it. We've seen a few like variant covers and stuff over the years from him, but yeah, it definitely looks really good.
Heck yeah. Well, I don't know. What are your thoughts, Matt?
Yeah, I think it's a really cool idea, man. Like, it's always fun when somebody comes back like out of like a retirement or hiatus kind of thing, and especially for like a character like Hellboy, you know, like pretty iconic, like pretty like cult following kind of thing. And what something that I was looking at too is like how the art style like is very similar. I think that will be because like if it's kind of connected with Hellboy, if it kind of looked a lot different, there might kind of be like maybe like a little bit of a psychological disconnect there. But like being that it's like that same, like you're saying, like really heavy shading, the really like heavy colors, kind of mimicking that Hellboy style, I think that'll be like cool for readers to have that same type of aesthetic to it, to kind of enjoy like the old Hellboy feel, you know?
Yeah, and this is just going back to the traditional drawings of Hellboy, all the original look for him.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited. I definitely said a number of times tonight, you know, I enjoy Mike Mignola's work, and I'll definitely be looking to get this added to my list. And I'm not sure exactly when this is coming out, so I may have to put that somewhere up here if I can find that.
December 1st.
December 1st. Thank you, bro. All right, so December 1st. So just like the DC books, you know, let your LCS know. They can get that ordered and get it in your pulls box. Well, guys, that basically wraps up this news and this Let's Chat for this week. Guys, do you have anything else you want to bring up or say before we head out?
Oh man, it's been a great week. Looking forward to reading these books and doing our reviews on Friday.
Yes. Matt, anything?
Yeah, man. Yeah, just kind of same as Nick. Just excited to get these read. Excited to get the 10 and 10 out for you all. Like, let you all know what we think about what we're reading, and again, always just let us know what you're reading and what you want to hear us talk about.
Heck yeah. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll segue towards the end with that. Definitely check us out on Friday for our 10 and 10 reviews. That's where we take 10 books from this week, and we give you our thoughts on them in 10 minutes or less. It's a lot of fun to do, and we can't wait to bring it to you this Friday. Guys, definitely leave a comment down below. Let us know what you picked up and what you're looking forward to reading this week. And while you're at it, hit that thumbs up button. It really helps us out a lot. And if you're not a subscriber already, please hit that subscribe button. It'll definitely help us get our content out to you so you guys don't miss out on anything new that we come out with. Well, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you this Friday. Have a good one, guys.
Peace.
Yeah.